Hello and welcome back to the video on the rest of and to another edition of AEW Collision Out of 10. The Continental Classic continued this week with two more matches from the Blue League. Brody King taking on Bryan Danielson and Daniel Garcia facing Eddie Kingston. We also got some high-flying action with Commander and Penta taking on the former JAS. And yeah, there was lots going on, so let's get straight into things. And we started things off with Andrade versus Claudio. And after, of course, the usual interviews, the first match got going almost 10 minutes into the show when they fought in another classic bout. These two were the most versatile performers in AEW, but also have completely different styles. They can both work at a brisk pace and use a variety of moves, so they work together very well. As expected, this was a good match and a smart choice to kick off the show. It got the crowd in the right move and for the rest of the night, and another solid entry to the classic. Castagnoli took advantage of the ref being distracted by a removed turnbuckle pad to hit a low blow before finishing off early low with a gotch neutralizer. So yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. A really strong match. Claudio getting a win, I think, is the right decision. Kind of keeps the Blue League open as well, which is what we want. Last day drama going into it. So yeah, for me, this all worked really well. Fun match as well. Creative finish. So yeah, good stuff. Before it's time for Abaddon versus Jasmine Allure. After taking a loss at Final Battle, Allure was looking to score a win on Collision, but unfortunately not for her, as Abaddon was not going to make it easy. The match went right after Allure and ended up winning in less than 2 minutes. Julia Hart appeared and put the TBS titles down between her and Abaddon. The green-haired fighter Australian tackled her and they started brawling. Sky Blue showed up and Abaddon got taken down. Thunder Rosa then got out from the Spanish announce table and made a save. She and Abaddon shook hands to get a pickpot from the crowd, and this has made the TBS title scene a whole lot interesting. The match was solid, same for Allure, but a big win for Abaddon, and she's only getting pushed now, but Thunder Rosa is back finally, and I'm so hyped to see where it goes. This is good stuff. Before it's time for Cassidy versus Brian Keith for the International Championship. After impressing with his performances at Final Battle in 2 different matches, Keith got a shot at the championship. Keith is getting rave reviews wherever he appears recently, and this match was no different. The fans were hyped to see him and played the crowd perfectly, which is not easy when facing someone as popular as OC. Despite having competed in 2 physical Friday night battles, Keith looked energized and ready to make the most of his opportunity. He was never going to leave with a title, but he still had an impact against one of AEW's most popular stars. Cassidy came close to losing a few times, but ended up getting the win off a pinning combination. OC intended to show his hands to Keith, but yeah, he tipped his hat instead. So yeah, a nice way to end off a really fun match. I think Keith got put over really well here, but Cassidy was always going to get the win, and yeah, fun match, 7 out of 10. Before it's time for Willow Nightingale and Statlander versus Diamante and Mercedes Martinez in a Texas street fight. Chris and Willow were watching gear to reference Pulp Fiction, while Martinez and Diamante wore matching gear. This was chaotic for the opening minute. Within the first minute, Willow was hit with a bottle and busted open. More weapons were brought into the ring almost immediately. It didn't look like Diamante to be busted open too. This match was all over the place in a way you wouldn't expect an AEW street fight. Whatever this is, a good or bad thing, to use your personal taste, if this kind of like this mayhem, and then you probably had a great time watching these 4 women beat the life out of each other. All 4 competitors did a great job keeping the match moving and using all of the various props to make this feel like a violent encounter. This wasn't as bloody as some previous street fights, and that may have been for the best. After Willow ended up going through a table, Stat was able to finish the match for their team by hitting Diamante with a chain-assisted clothesline. And yeah, this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. I thought this was another really fun match. Definitely kind of over-delivered for me. I thought it'd be good, but maybe not quite as good as this. But yeah, I think the right result run, and like I say, a really fun, brutal match. And yeah, that's what we want, 7 out of 10. Brian Cage then defeated local talent in about a minute with the greatest of ease, and before it was time for the next Continental Classic match on the show with Kingston and Garcia, both of whom scored big wins at Final Battle. If the Mad King lost here, he would be mathematically eliminated from the tournament and lose both his titles. For Garcia, there was a chance to score his first points after coming out short against Danielson, Castagnoli and now lead low in his first matches. He had no chance of winning the tournament, but could face spoiler for Kingston. Even though Garcia is a much more technically sound wrestler, he and Kingston have a lot more in common than they may appear on the surface. Both of them enjoy hurting their opponents, both of them are New York tough guys, and both of them can beat you with a strike or a submission at any time. This was a physical battle as you'd expect between these two, but it's surprising how much offense Garcia had. They did a great job making it feel like he might actually win and eliminate Kingston. The match was exactly what needed, and Kingston gets the win, continues his redemption, and yeah, kept it moving for him. And you can tell the story here, it's miles off, but yeah, it's working for me, 8 out of 10. Before it's time for our main event, Bryan Danielson versus Brody King. The main event of the night was another brilliant match between King and Danielson. Both men came into this with 6 points and a loss, so this was an important round for both. The American Dragon King did his best to stay out of King's grasp by sticking and moving with strikes while trying to protect his injured eye. The powerhouse of the House of Black got his hands on Danielson and made sure to focus some of the offense on his eye, turning it into David Goliath, which is what we wanted. This was a hard-hitting affair that both men looked good out of. King had been excelling in this tourney, but had added yet another great performance to this one. But it took 4 running knees from Danielson to get the win, and still King almost kicked out. So yeah, I think really put over both men. Danielson kind of had to get the win here to keep him really in the hunt. But yeah, I think made King look strong out of it as well. So yeah, worked for everyone. And overall, Collision gets an 8 out of 10 from me this week. I thought this was a tremendous episode of Collision. The Blue League of the Continental Classic really does keep delivering pretty much every week now. Yeah, just solid stuff throughout. And yeah, you also got the street fight, the return of Thunder Rosa, which I'm really hyped by. Yeah, massive fan of Thunder Rosa. So yeah, a lot going on here to keep us entertained. But anyway, guys, that's it really. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Next time, daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.